Alright, in this video I want to talk more about stretching. There's one exercise I forgot to do, so I'm going to tack that on at the beginning, and then we'll go right into posture. So it's not an exercise, I guess more of a stretch, but this piece right here, this shoulder on the top, it's kind of hard to stretch. This doesn't quite get it. For some people it does, but this one, at least for me, is more on the outside of my shoulder. To really get the top, one thing that I do is I grab a chair, something that will kind of put my knee just, I know you can't see it really, but just a little bit higher than it is, and I grab the chair and I pull up, kind of like that. So you'll feel it stretch right here, and I think this is a really important one to do because if this is tense, this is going to be tense. So make sure you definitely stretch that one out. And sometimes you can even just grab your leg as you hold it up, just kind of like I've got here, but I think a chair is really good to get a firm grip. So now getting into posture, and let me adjust this a little bit because we're really going to be kind of looking at my back here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of bend over nice and relaxed, kind of like you're going to touch your toes. So that's part one. So now what we're going to, there we go. So now what we're going to do is, if my spine is here and we're going to slowly realign it to be standing up, the way we do this in a relaxed way is I want you to visualize a kid stacking blocks. He's stacking blocks on top of each other, and he's just playing and having a good time doing that. So each little vertebrae is a block that you're stacking on top of another. And it's just going to be kind of a light motion. So don't really make yourself do it. Like I said, let the kid stack the blocks, and you just kind of visualize that as you're standing up. So come on up and do that all the way up to your neck. And you're going to find that when you do this, it should almost feel like you're kind of floating on your hips. Like you can come back a little bit if you want, you can come forward, but everything's just kind of a lot lighter. Your upper body should feel a lot lighter when you do it. If you don't get it the first time, that's fine. Visualize it again, and then just picture those blocks kind of standing on top of each other. And what you're going to find is that as you're kind of floating around, your arms are kind of resting on your rib cage. Your shoulders are just kind of really relaxed. In thinking about our spinal cord and getting it nice and upright, we've put ourselves in a position that is ideal for singing and just ideal in general. If you stand like this, all day, if you do that every now and then throughout the day, your posture is going to be great and you're going to feel a lot better. So now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is just to kind of get a feel for what our body can do and what we're going to make it do during singing. And now I know I said that we want to let things happen, but there are some things that at first we may need to make happen. But like I said, we can do it in a very small degree, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I want you to make your chest rise up. Now the chest is like a barrel on the body. It doesn't necessarily have to go forward or back. Either way, it can go straight up, almost like, you see those guys in those cartoons who are wearing overalls in a barrel. Well, you can push that barrel up. And that this is what, kind of the attention. Your chest does come out a little bit, but it's mostly up, and I want you to really feel that. Now I want you to put it up too high. It really gets uncomfortable. And then I want you to drop it a little bit, and it'll start to feel comfortable again. Now, that's not what I want you to do when you actually do this. I just want you to get a good feel of about how much higher you're going to need to go. Some people, when they do their block stacking, it's going to be perfect. I have to go up just a little bit more, just a little bit, and then I just kind of relax everything. You don't want to come up too high and then come down, because you're going from a lot of tension to releasing tension, but you're still starting off in a spot of tension, and that's not what you want to do. You want to focus more on starting at a point of relaxation and adding a little tension if you have to. Like I said, I come up just a little bit. And then, once my barrel is up, my shoulders and my arms just kind of rest on that barrel. They're a lot freer. Like I said, this posture is just a good posture to have throughout the day. And even now, I've been doing this for a couple of years, but I just kind of come up straight sometime at the day and raise up my chest a little bit. My voice teacher said she still has to kind of make herself do it every now and then, but she's kind of an older gal, but she's just got this amazing posture, and I mean, that's where I want to be when I'm that age, is, have really good posture. I don't want to have back problems. And because this feels so easy, you're putting a lot less strain on your back than you probably are now. So that's something I want you to think about. I want you to focus on those three things: getting your back nice and aligned and kind of floating there. And then I want you to raise your chest just a little bit. If it gets too uncomfortable, just kind of keep it where it was after you stacked your back there. And then I want your shoulders to feel like they're resting on barrels. I don't want you to feel like you have to hold your shoulders up. It needs to be resting on the barrel. And we're going to kind of breathe, and I'm going to go over breath control in the next video, but this is the ideal posture we want. And then, for our head, the last little piece of this, I want you to go like this, make a thumbs up, and I've got my hand like this. And you're going to take pinky finger here, this knuckle, and you're going to rest it right in the notch where your collarbone meets. And then you're going to take your thumb, and you're going to move your chin down. You're going to put your thumb kind of where your soul patch would be. And for me, I used to sing with my chin up. A lot of tension here. This was a huge problem. One time my voice teacher, as I was singing, she came up and just lowered my chin a little bit, and it was amazing. My voice the tone got way better. So kind of think about that. Now, a precursor to this is you have to have your upper body in the right spot, because if you're down a little bit, your head's going to be a little bit too low, so you really want to keep it up there. Now, as we sing, things are going to cave in, our shoulders are going to cave in, our head might come down, our head might come up. I'm going to show you an exercise now in the next video I'm going to show you an exercise that's going to keep that chest up, because we need that chest up for good breath control down here.